Okay, so what I'm going to do is a very brief demonstration of how to set up a planetary interaction on one particular planet. It's the way I do it. There are other ways to do it. I personally believe this is about as efficient as it can be made. However, what do you need to do this? You need a command center for the planet that you're going for. So this is a straightforward T1 industrial. It's not got a massive cargo bay, but you only need 1,000 meters to fit a command center in. Now you do need to be in space, but you don't need to be at the planet. The actual tooltip is a bit misleading for that. So we'll undock, even though there are hostiles around. I am not scared to do this because I'm tethered to the station. Stop ship, and we will have a look at the planet that we're going for, which is Planet 4. Okay, now that we're looking at it, what are we looking for here? We're going to be looking for carbon compounds and autotrophs. So we'll scan, knock that down just a touch. Right, lots of autotrophs here. Carbon compounds, yeah, plenty here. So what we want to do is dump our command center kind of between those two. It's not an exact science by any stretch of the imagination, but let's see if we can just... There we go. We'll submit that, and that is all we need to do in space. We'll dock, and we'll do the rest docked, which means we can take our time and we are perfectly safe. So that's all easy enough. Close that down. Right, so we look at this. We now have Planet 4. Nothing happening there. So we've got our command center. First thing we're going to do is we're going to upgrade that to the max that we can. In my case, that's level 5. So that's with the skills at level 4. I haven't got it maxed on Sol. We'll submit that. There's an awful lot of clicking involved in PI, but you can do this quite quickly once you're in the habit of it. What else do we need? Well, we need a launch pad. And this is not just going to be a launch pad, it's going to be our storage as well. We do not need separate storage. Some people will tell you that you do. I have never found this to be the case. 2 extractor heads. We're going one for the autotrophs that we're currently scanning for, but if we just remind ourselves, the other thing is carbon compounds, which are down here. So we'll go back and another extractor head, enough to cover this area here. That's fine. It does cost more power the further away you are from your launch pad, because we're going to have to link these, but nowadays it's such a small increment. It used to be massive. It doesn't really make much difference anymore. Link these up. So we're clicking links, create new, link the launch pad to the extractor head, do the same again to that one. Okay, all good. What else do we need? Zoom in a bit. Okay, so we're going to need some basic industry facilities. Our autotrophs that we're extracting are going to get turned into industrial fibres, and our carbon compounds are going to get turned into biofuels. So we're going to do 3 basic industry facilities for each of those. You can zoom in and you can get this really neat if you've got OCD. I don't, so I'm just going to slap them down approximately where they need to be. That's fine. Okay, and we're going to need our, well, one step at a time, we'll make this easy. So we'll submit that, that's all fine. We need to link all that stuff up. If you look at the actual power on the command center here, when we put these links in, you'll see it doesn't really change much, because they are right next door. It's not much of a draw. So that's fine, those are all linked up now. So we need to get our extractor heads extracting. So we're going to put in, this was the autotrophs, I'm fairly sure. Yeah, like 4 extractor heads for these, and I'm going to put this to about well, try and keep it in line with the rest of the stuff, just over a day. That's fine. 19,245 per hour. That's fine. We actually need it to be getting about, well, to be fair, it will work with anything over about 15. Anything over 18 is optimal. But we can get that higher, obviously. We'll move these extractor heads closer to the middle. And we've now up to 23,000, which is fine. Absolutely plenty. So, start that off there. And we need to route this material to our launch pad. Everything goes through the launch pad. Create route. And you will now see there is a blue line moving between the extractor head to the launch pad. So when this finishes its cycle, and you will see, yeah, just the top of a white bar there, that will move round. When that finishes, everything will get shifted into the launch pad. So that's autotrophs. Now autotrophs we turn into industrial fibres. So into our basic facility, find industrial fibres, install. We are now making industrial fibres in this place, and we are sending those industrial fibres to, you guessed it, the launch pad. We'll do that again a couple of more times. Route the industrial fibres to the launch pad, and a third time. Okay, so that's fine. Now we need to move the autotrophs from the launch pad to the basic industry facility. How do we do that when there aren't any there? Well, we can look at the routes. We can see that there is a route for autotrophs coming in. That's fine. We will now create a route for it going out to the industry facilities. Repeat this process for each of our industrial facilities. Now if we look at those, you'll see there is a blue line going forward and backwards, which shows that they have routes for stuff to go into them and out of them, and everything again fires back into the launch pad. So the industrial fibres will just pile up in here once they're finished. All good. Right, now the next thing, we've got carbon compounds, which we're extracting here. They're going to get turned into biofuels, so we're going to do exactly the same thing with biofuels. Install these in here. It doesn't matter, by the way, if you misclick, because you can just change it again. Nothing's written in stone here. And creating a route to the launch pad. And you can see you don't need to press submit after you do everything. You can just do a few different things and then submit it all at once. It's fine. You can theoretically set up the whole thing and then before you click submit, but you'd have to be pretty sure that you haven't made any mistakes. So that's fine. Right, so they're set up, but they still need the carbon compounds gone into them, which we can't do because I haven't actually told it to extract carbon compounds yet. Good call. I'll do that now. Carbon compounds. Now, do I have enough power to do everything I need to do? Maybe, maybe not. What we'll do is we'll just do 3 of these just now. We might readjust that later on. If we've got enough power, pull these into the best possible location. Right, we're only getting 17,000 out of that. We'll see if we can get it up to 18. Yeah, no. Maybe. If I really spend ages faffing about with this, maybe I can get it up to 18. But I'm not that fussed. 17.5 is good enough for me. Close enough for Jazz. So that's fine. We're going to reroute those into the launchpad. And that's fine. So back in the pad, we can see now that there are incoming carbon compounds. So we will route those again, or reroute them, I guess, out to the industrial facilities. That's cool. So we can see now that there are blue lines going both ways, but you can click in and check. Let's click in here and check the routes. We've got autotrophs incoming, we've got industrial fibres outgoing. That's exactly what we want to see. And in here, carbon compounds incoming, biofuels outgoing. All good. Okay, so that's fine. And we've now got our raw materials. We've upgraded it one stage. We're going to upgrade it another stage. We need an advanced facility. And we need, in this particular case, polytextiles. So I'm going to put down 2 of these. Doesn't really matter where. Some of my planetary interactions are really, really neat and all a wee bit anal, but to be honest with you, doesn't matter. Link, link. So that's fine, those are all connected. How are we doing for power? 95.4. We probably could put another extractor head in here. We'll look at that afterwards. But these are going to be doing polytextiles. So polytextiles install. It tells you here that we need biofuels and industrial fibres, which is cool because that's what we're making. Just route the finished product back to the launch pad. Do the same thing here. Route the finished product back to the launch pad. And now, same thing in here, and because we haven't produced anything yet, we need to work on just what the routes that we've already told it is going to have. So we see here that we need biofuels, and there's biofuels coming in here. So we'll take those biofuels, we'll redirect them to our advanced facility. We will then find the second one, create, send them to there. So if we look at these now, we will see that there is now a route for biofuels, but not a route for industrial fibres. So that's fine. Industrial fibres, we will find those. Create route. And same thing again for the second one. Create route. Okay, so these now have the routes. They don't have the actual materials yet because the extractor heads haven't finished, but we do have the routes. And the links. So once these extractor heads finish their raw materials, they'll send them to the basic industrial facilities, which will refine them 1 level. It will then go back to the launch pad and be sent to the advanced facility, where they will get refined into polytextiles, which is what we will launch to the customs office. Now, while we're here, we'll just see if we can squeak in another extractor head here. Stop that. Start another one in. We can, which is good news, because that's given us about the same as what we were getting in autotrophs, which keeps everything nice and equal. Perfect. Okay. So that is, in my opinion anyway, the most simple, elegant and efficient in terms of power use that you can set up a PI network to get you stuff refined up to T2. It does go all the way up to tier 4. I will use what I'm refining here and eventually refine it to tier 4 on a different planet. But for this, if you're a beginner at PI, refining it to T2, selling that to market is easy money, especially in a wormhole. Hope that helped. Any questions, give me a shout. Fly safe.